Morning. Have you wondered how we go about creating beautiful hairlines? What is the science behind doing the hairline? What is the maths behind doing wonderful hairlines? My name is Dr. Amit, and please keep watching and please subscribe to this channel in order to get all my new notifications and all my new videos. So, almost I would say 98% of patients always ask, sir, how will you create the hairline? Can I have a look at the hairline? Of course. Now, it's very simple for me. It's simple for me because of these years of experience. Hairline designing is the real skill. I always tell my patients, to grow hair is not difficult. To grow hair with an assurance of 100% hair growth is more difficult. But to grow hair is not. So you could easily get 65, 70%, 80% growth. To get 100% requires skill, and to create that beautiful looking hairline requires a lot of skill. So some of the factors that I take into account when I create hairlines are, and you can note these because if your face structure falls within any of these categories, you will understand what I'm talking about. Now, if someone has a round face, then I know mentally that that person cannot have sharp hairlines. They need a very gentle, curving hairline, so we never try to create those triangles. Someone has a face like Hrithik Roshan or a face like Salman Khan, sharp, long chin, then we go about creating those triangles because that is what will look good. And as we create the triangles, the temple needs to be higher than the triangle in any patient, but particularly in people who've got a long face. I'm going to show you in my next video how hairlines are different in men and women. Many patients, many men, when they're doing a transplant, they want a flattish line or they want the temple to be covered a lot. So I'm going to show in my next video. So in order to get that notification as soon as I post that, please subscribe to this channel. Now, some of the key criterias apart from the facial structure, the profession. If someone is a model, we require a hyperdense, the density has to be really high. So we do suggest sometimes that you plan 2 sessions of hair transplant and plant a lot more grafts in lesser space. If someone is in corporate life, then we actually suggest them to do a long hair transplant to take away the visibility of a hair transplant. The hairlines do not, if someone is in the mid-age group, corporate level, we do not want to create a hairline which is too low. In fact, a slightly higher hairline works a little better, and then the same rules of whether the curved or more sharp come into play. Someone wants a designer hairline, so we create angles, we create a lot of designs which you can discuss with me offline by messaging me or coming and meeting me. If you want a special offer of PRP, I'm giving an 80% discount on PRP for people who come in for a first consult. So take advantage of that fact. Then the other criteria is the extent of baldness. If someone already has or is destined to lose more hair, the hairline now we need to cover a large area. So if the donor area is decent, the hairline that I create cannot be too low, because the lower we get, the less I can cover at the back. So I prefer going a little higher and then creating that design. See, understand, I want to give you a look which is most natural, and I also want to give you a good coverage, a good appearance. Now, by coming too low, what am I achieving? One, it sometimes look unnatural. For example, a 40-year-old man having the hairline of a 25-year-old man doesn't look natural. So a normal hairline starts about 9 centimeters, 8.5 to 9 centimeters from the midpoint of the eyebrow. Basically, it is decided by your palm. So keep your palm like this, and if you see my hairline, so if I keep my palm at the middle of the eyebrow, my hairline actually just starts exactly where my palm ends, and that's a rule, that's a nature's rule. Your palm basically decides your hairline, and so that is where the hairline would start. Then as we design, the temple needs to be higher than the center point. So that's important. In men, the temple is higher than the center point, and then it curves sharp. Also, an important rule is this triangle. So this triangle always meets the hairline. So the temple goes up and then comes down and meets this triangle. This is a landmark of the face. This cannot be spoiled. So if you are planning a hair transplant and whoever you're doing it with, they do not create a good angle. It will look abnormal for the rest of your life. So remember, hair is permanent. So if you've had a bad hair transplant, there's not much you can do about it, especially if someone ruins the landmark. Or I've had patients who've had temples which are lower in men than the center. That's a typical female appearance. My next video about designing hairlines in men and women is going to talk more in detail about this. So this is important. So the landmarks, the triangle hairline junction needs to be really sharp in men. So these are some of the pointers of creating great hairlines and basically trying to ensure that you get a wonderful result. So if you have any questions, please you can get in touch with us on 9811994417, or you can email me at info@divinecosmeticsurgery.com. And if there's anything you'd like to know, please you can also send me a message on the YouTube video as well. So once again, my name is Dr. Amit and have a wonderful day ahead.